Some of you have sent me the latest from Life Force videos this week and have requested me to comment on them. And you all stated it contains more errors and more inconsistencies. And I could do a whole piece on it, like I did with some previous shows of theirs, but I ended up leaving them all out of the show. Why? Because constructive criticism, supportive suggestions, trying to correct obvious errors and glaring gaps in the narrative, and asking common sense questions is now deemed as attacking them. Accountability, yet again, only applies to me and THI, it seems. And so I will just sit back and watch it all unfold. But when the latest claims don't come to fruition and dire warnings do, she will be held accountable for all of it, as she is the one on all levels. I see many of you now mentioning for yourselves the slide downwards of global issues since May and are putting two and two together. Is it indicative? That's not for me to say. But I am no longer going to or wish to waste my energy on trying to help someone that seems hell-bent on ruining herself and her reputation, and in doing so damages we the people. I tried. As for Tuesday's show, I need to pass no further comment on that, except to repeat a line that Oscar Wilde once said. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. Let's do a hypothetical, in part factual flowchart, shall we, for pondering purposes. Number 1. There was an election 4 years ago, and one person was paid to not win. 2. All was going well, and then there was an intervention by one person, or so we were told. 3. The non-winner then won. 4. The non-winner then shat his pants. 5. Non-winner was given ultimate help for him to succeed. 6. Non-winner was funded more than any other president. 7. Non-winner then goes back to his Hebrew Anunnaki roots. 8. Supporter of non-winner pulls back or out. All very Alan now. 9. Non-winner decides he can't continue. 10. Non-winner declares himself out of the race. 11. New winner is declared. 12. New winner declared incompetent. 13, or 12 plus 1, she-devil takes over. With the MSNBC doing an interview this week with the mock premise of Pelosi acting as a stand-in president on the show, are they telling you something? But then Mr. Trump, we were told, went to Greenland with his black sun people and did not have COVID. Common sense question is, why is the trustee engaging or helping a known to her black sun member? The Q Group ran a headline statement with a picture of Edward Snowden this past week, saying CIA shill traitor to the Union. So I got pondering. and with two Q drops this week stating on the 23rd of January 2018, which said, "At Snowden, how's Russia? Almost time, Q." And the second one dated the 17th of February 2019, "At Snowden, what happens when Russia gives you up? Will the CIA protect you? Sleep is important." So the first one, the 23rd of January 18. Second one, 17th of February 19. Now the first date in 2018, and it said almost time. It's now 33 months later since that statement of almost time, and it appears they don't move too quickly, or perhaps not at all. The second one of "Will Russia give you up and will the CIA protect him?" will become more clear with the next pondering on this piece. But sleep is important, Q said, I would suggest, is an assassination warning. But who is warning, and who will assassinate him? So Q declared Snowden a CIA shill. But Snowden exposed the CIA and the NSA of illegal operations on and against we the people. And the meme statement of Snowden being a CIA shill does carry merit, as Snowden worked for all the clown operations during his working life as cybersecurity, as it's said, which is essentially translates as espionage and spy. He worked for the CIA, NSA, as a private contractor of NSA Booz Hamilton, while stationed in Geneva, Switzerland, Rothschild's country. He worked in the UN field, attended NATO summits, worked for Dell Computers, and attended Johns Hopkins University. So he was fully involved in all clown-based organizations. But one interesting story he told, which tells you exactly how these people operate, and also how the blackmail game ran by CIA and other 5, 9 or 0 eyes operations, was an incident while in Switzerland whilst working for the CIA, and he described his experience in Geneva as formative, stating that the CIA deliberately got a Swiss banker drunk and then encouraged him to drive home. You know what happens next. Well, Snowden said when the latter was arrested, a CIA operative offered to help in exchange for the banker becoming an informant. That's how they work. So back to the main headline, and why is it significant, a CIA shill? Is this an example of the factions within the CIA? Remember, there is 4 separate CIA factions within that organisation, and none, by and large, are formed by the people. Point 2. The term used, traitor to the Union. The Union is representative of the Civil War, where the Union, ran by the Crown, was against the people of America. The Union represented the North and the Confederacy the South. The Union, like the United States, are both European-based control systems and nothing to do with America or Americans. They are Crown-based organisations and an enemy of we the people, not only in America but every other country as well. And dare I say it, the conclusion of this piece is maybe Q is not for we the people either, but is a faction-based group intending on taking over the power game for themselves. Snowden is clearly working for one faction, and Q an opposition faction. Now, whilst they battle out things in public, we the people will get all kinds of disclosures, which is great for us. But we all have to remember this is largely a faction-based war, and not for the benefit of we the people. And it will ultimately turn out, unless the people stop it, new boss, same as the old boss. And we the people must become a force ourselves. And to do that, we have to build up the People's Club. It is what it is designed for, a club for and by the people. Numbers of like-minded people all pulling together equals power.